Hi everyone, today's character analysis is going to be 7 today. Alright, so let's go over her from the start. She's a 4-star base that has a max of 6 stars. She's primarily a physical damage dealer with some support capability, so that's also another good thing. Let's go into her stats right away. Let's get this started. Her base stats are actually fairly good for a 6-star base. They are average across the board, but they have a high average, which is real good. At max level, 6-star, she has 4,332 HP. She also has 148 MP. She gets 154 attack power, 156 defense, and 154 magic attack. 130 spirit. So that right there, she's really average across the board, but it's a high average, which is actually very good based on her skill capability, and we'll get into that later. But as for right now, we're doing stats. Max potted stats for her jumps a lot higher. She gets 4,872 attack power, 223 MP, 192 defense, 187 attack, 193 magic attack, and 164 spirit. So we got that too. So that's actually very good as well. Her stats get very high because she has percentage stat growth across the boards. And this is max level, and this is her percentage stats that she gets in her skills added on. So this is good. She does get a 10% base elemental resistance across the board, and it's from one of her skills. Her as a character does not have any status resistance or element resistance, but I'm actually it's quite funny that it's not showing the 10% increase across the board right here for fire, ice, lightning, water, wind, earth, holy, and dark damage, or light and dark damage, because she gets it at level 1 4-star base. But you'll be able to see that right here. Yakabe increases all elemental resistances by 10% right at 4-star base. So it's kind of weird that it's not there because she has it no matter what, but it's whatever. Her weapon capability are swords and whips and daggers. We still don't really have that great of daggers. Swords, we have good swords, and we have a good whip from an event, but for the most part, it looks like if you're going physical damage on her, her primary weapon is probably going to be a sword. So that's a good thing. She can wear hats and clothing, and then her normal accessories, but hats and clothing kind of limits her on equipment, but not too bad. If you go full physical damage, you should be able to do it just fine. She learns level 5 white magic and level 7 black magic at max star. So that's actually pretty good. It gives her a little variety because she can be a magic caster. She can use higher end spells, which is pretty good, but I wouldn't really focus on it. I'd focus more on stat increases or utility for her in a sense of ability slots. But I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with her because she's mixed across the board. So let's go into her skills actually first. First, she starts to learn skills Drain Slash, which is a physical damage attack that drains 30% of the HP dealt as damage. Not a bad skill. It's good to stay alive. It's actually a very cheap skill. It's cheaper than a cure skill, and it can heal you for a lot more. You also get Osmo Slash to steal MP. This is also another physical damage attack, which is pretty cool. So as you see right now, she's starting out with her. She's seeing primarily physical damage, which is good because that's basically what she is as a character. From here, we have Focus. It's really cool that she learns focus because it increases your magic attack and spirit, so you can also effectively help out a party or yourself if you make her a magic damage dealer, because she can do both. The next skill that she learns here is called Triple Slip. It's like Mirage from the Mirage Vest, which is a piece of equipment or armor, clothing that you can wear. And when you use the skill, you dodge 2 physical damage attacks. But this is Triple Slip. When you use this skill, you dodge 3 physical damage attacks and it lasts for 2 turns, which is actually very good versus physical damage dealers. So she has an effective evade that is 3 attacks, not just 2, because most bosses do 3 attacks, not just 2. So that's really cool too. Next skills that she learns are physical damage elemental skills. She learns Frost Lash, which has a really high modifier on it for ice physical damage, which is 2.2 times physical damage. She also learns a fire attack, which is Flame Lash, which is a high fire modifier. Yeah, it works. Okay. So all these elemental slashes, the fire one is going to be 2.2 times physical damage as well, and then the next one is lightning, and it does 2.2 times physical damage. So she has the 3 primary elements as physical damage. She also learns another skill called Diving Strike. There it is, Diving Strike. It's also another physical damage attack, 2.3 times physical damage, but it decreases the spirit of the monster that you attack by 40% for 3 turns. It's not a bad skill. It can be helpful for her, but it looks like its primary use if you go physical damage is to help out your team, especially magic casters. And then her last skill that she learns is fairly strong, because we don't really have anyone that has such a high percentage decrease modifier of elements. And hers is Elemental Slash. It's magical damage attack. That's 1.8 times magical damage to a singular target, but it decreases ice, fire, and lightning resistance by 50% for 3 turns. That right there in itself is huge, especially if you stack it with other debuffs. You can do a lot of damage with elemental weapons and skills. So this is a very strong, powerful ability, and I myself will probably be using 7 in my main team for a while. The next thing she learns is she has her normal magics, which is Fire Run, Cura, and Blizzaga. She learns those. She can effectively support a party with the Cura or a healing. Her magical damage is actually fairly good, so she can use her Fire and Blizga. And if you put Ramu on her, she'll have Thunder skills too. She'll have Thundara if you go into it. So she can have the 3 primary elements as spellcasting magic as well if you do that. There is an exclusive materia out for her event that she came up in, which is the event that's up at this time right now. It's called Insult to Injury. That's the skill name. It's 2.1 times physical damage. It has 100% crit chance, so it always crits, and it has 50% chance to paralyze the target. It's 1 enemy. Very strong skill here. Have a very high chance to paralyze the target and always critical damage. She's gonna hit really hard, especially 2.1 times damage times critical. So that's very powerful right there. This is a very strong skill. It makes her hit really hard physically if you make her a physical damage dealer, which is good. The next part of it is her Limit Burst. Her Limit Burst also has a 100% chance to paralyze enemies at even level 1 Limit Burst at 6-star base. So that's really good in itself as well. Max damage for Limit Burst is 3.7 times physical damage, which is also good. I notice a lot of people don't focus on Limit Burst that much. It's only on certain characters, but This limit burst is very strong, not for the physical damage, but for the paralysis effect that it gives at 100% rate, which is very strong. As we move up here, since we're done with the character, I'm going to go into the Trustmaster for this one. The Trustmaster for this one is very quick, self-explanatory. It's called Disconcernment. It increases all elemental resistance, or not elemental resistances, status effect resistances to 100%. And this is a materia. It's not an accessory like ribbon. And that will make her immune to all status effects, except stop, because we don't have any way of stopping stop. Yeah. But, that's the video. We got everything taken care of for 7 as a singular character, as well as we got our Trustmaster done. It's a very good Trustmaster. I might be using it myself at one point. I'm not sure. It's possible. It's highly possible. But if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's any questions or comments you have.